welcome to The Hard Way this week. I'm Stephen Diggs Jr. and this is
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. He's our special guest of the week.
I'm gonna tell you something, sons of bitches.
So now, we are now one day away from Elimination Chamber. The pay-per-view that should not exist.
It should not exist.
It should not exist. No, there shouldn't be a pay-per-view between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. At least I don't think so.
I think so, because you got
Really?
Yeah, you got to build up that WrestleMania. I mean,
They did that. That's called Royal Rumble, and they got Raw and SmackDown, and they just got on other shows.
you still need stuff in between, something big,
But why would you pay for this pay-per-view? You know, I mean, why would you buy it?
because there's actually some decent matches.
Yeah.
It's not TNA.
Well, we'll get into Elimination Chamber here in a few minutes. First, we're gonna get in, or we'll talk about what's been going on in Raw, SmackDown, and so on and so forth. What do you think of Raw this week?
Actually, it wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad.
Undertaker got his hair cut.
Which we pretty much called that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
The opening thing that was supposed to be like the Republican debates, the debates with all the guys in the ring.
And Kofi Kingston kicked
And
Jericho.
Yeah, it was kind of odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Raw was, I guess, intended to be what it was supposed to be. A hype show for.
I think it'll be
review.
I think it'll be interesting. We probably won't see it, like the Taker Triple H stuff probably won't happen until Monday. But it's gonna be interesting to see Taker, to see how short his hair is, if he has hair at all.
Do you think he's gonna have hair?
Dude, if he's bald and clean shaven, he's gonna look like the Seven character that Dustin Rhodes was.
Yeah. I think he also looked like Snitsky. Remember when Snitsky shaved his head?
No, that looked terrible. Yeah.
You think he's gonna stay as the normal Undertaker? You don't think he's gonna be the biker, do you? I don't think so. I was thinking about this the other day. If he turns,
That's the only way he can beat Triple H. Because
I think if he returns as the biker Undertaker, then this isn't his final ever match.
No, this isn't his final ever.
Because he would never want to go out as the biker taker. He'd want to go out as the dead man. The one that more people still think of him as is the dead man.
Yeah, but Big Evil was his idea.
Oh, well, of course it made sense at the time. I liked when he first came back and he had the big black trench coat. When he fought DX. I was just rewatching that recently.
Oh, you mean after he was the Underbiker?
No, that was when he came back as the biker taker. That was this debut as the biker taker. I just rewatched it. There's a lot of Undertaker stuff online. Yeah.
I just remember him having jeans and like
Triple H,
like a mechanic.
It was a blue mechanic shirt, yeah, and he had a bandana and he wore a long black trench coat.
I don't remember.
And it said Judgment Day is now, because they had these Judgment Day promos. There was little girls with like candles, and it was The Rock fighting DX pretty much, and it was with McMahon. It was the McMahon Helmsley era BS crap, I think, kind of like that stuff, the start of it. And then Undertaker came down on the motorcycle and attempted to run over Vince McMahon. But I'd love to see the return, at least for this year, of the biker taker.
Did you just say butter?
I hope not. Well, speaking of butter, WrestleMania has been officially announced to be in New York / New Jersey, since it's technically in New Jersey. So we called it here on the show. So the rumors were right. WrestleMania 29 is going to be in MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands, which is just jump over from the water in New York City.
The Meadowlands to me sounds like something from Mad Max.
That or Lord of the Rings.
It's like
the Meadowlands.
It's like, oh, the Earth, it's post-apocalyptic and it's after World War III. You don't want to go to the Meadowlands. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. But we're going.
Hopefully, yeah, we're taking the show on the road at least for that. We're gonna film.
We're gonna get our gyrocopter thingy from Mad Max.
Oh yeah, with the naked chick on the back of it,
and fly to the Meadowlands. Captain Walker.
I think we need a ViewMaster too. And they'll have clips of wrestling clips. Remember that? Was it Land of Tomorrow? I believe is what it was called.
Captain
I guess we should talk about Impact and how it put you to sleep.
Is that still on?
I think that's becoming a reoccurring skit when watching SmackDown.
Dude, even just talking about it. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the thought of it. No, it's what I mentioned to you is they had a pay-per-view.
Yes, they did.
Did anybody know they had a pay-per-view? Obviously, nobody does because they have to recap the whole pay-per-view in the next episode, and they have the same matches because nobody bought the pay-per-view. How do they stay in business?
Spike TV, like and Dixie Carter's family,
and Impact ended up being a huge commercial for this MMA show they got.
Oh yeah, yeah. The guy was on the guy was beside that Giants football player that Brandon Jacobs who did that terrible push to Bully Ray and looked like when he got spit in the face, he's like holding this. He looked like a really bad B movie. Yeah, that was really classy. It was really stupid.
Yeah.
They wanted him to wrestle apparently, but
that,
he couldn't. You know, contract wise, it's pretty hard.
I'm glad he didn't.
It's not going to help Impact's ratings. They could get any major sports superstar, Tom Cruise or some crap like that, and it's not going to help the ratings. It's just not. It's just wrestling isn't that in a lot of ways anymore.
Although that is kind of a good gimmick.
Mm-hmm. What?
The whole Vanilla Sky thing, where his face was messed up and he had to wear the mask. And
that's Undertaker when he wore the Bane of the Opera mask.
Yeah, but the thing was, it was like you get to the part of the movie where there's speculation where his face is supposed to be healed, but he's still wearing the mask, and the guy keeps telling him, "Hey, your face, there's nothing wrong with your face. Why are you wearing the mask?" And he's like, "My face is messed up." And then, like, at the end of the movie, they pull the mask off, and his face is messed up. So
it's like opposite Kane. When he takes the mask off, he's actually just really messed up looking. He looks like Heath Slater, Rocky Dennis from The Mask.
Which I broke the news last week about. I was watching Three Stooges and the I Yankum.
Yes.
I was watching another episode today. Saturday morning, that's my favorite thing to do is watch Three Stooges because it reminds me of when I was a kid. But now you know what's wrong with me.
Now we need wrestling. We need wrestling back on Saturday mornings. They don't have that anymore.
No, we don't.
But Livewire or
I was watching Three Stooges, and Curly had this like little black book, and Mo was going through it, and he wrote this girl's name, her address, and her phone number down, and underneath it said "woo woo woo."
No, really?
Yeah, I swear to God. And like Mo's like "woo woo woo," and Curly's like, he's like "woo woo woo." Yeah, and I was like, "Woo woo woo." I was like,
holy crap!
Maybe next Saturday when we do the show.
Three Stooges are predicting what's going on TV.
I think Three Stooges are writing.
Well, makes sense. But, let's talk about Elimination Chamber. We'll talk, since we're going to talk about writing and...
before we talk about Elimination Chamber, let's talk about SmackDown. Because Randy Orton isn't going to be in the Elimination Chamber anymore. Because
he got knocked out, for real. On Raw, I believe it was. So... they have a battle royal, I believe it was, for that slot, and who won it? Santino. Who would have thought? Santino.
I called it.
Santino winning.
I was watching it with my roommate.
Battle royal.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know who half these guys are in this match. I was like, there's two of my favorite wrestlers, Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins. They got no chance of winning it because WWE doesn't know how to use talent. So I called that the last three guys in the ring. I eventually said it was going to come down to Drew McIntyre and Santino, and then McIntyre got eliminated, and I was like, it's going to come down to Santino and Otunga. But I knew Santino.
I think he's going to be the first guy eliminated. And he's not going to win.
We
know he's not going to win.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to my roommate, and I was like, has Santino ever been in an elimination chamber? And he was like, I don't think so. He's like, has he? And I was like, not that I'm aware of. And he won it. And this is going to be his first elimination chamber. I think it'd be kind of cool if he won it.
He's not going to win.
It would be cool, though. I didn't say he was going to.
I'll give you that. But
that should be a new segment on the show. It's not going to happen, but it would be cool if it happened.
I think that show's called The Hard Way. I think that's just...
I think that show's called Impact. But honestly, like, I know, like, Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins, they might eventually get the tag belts, but that's probably going to be it. They're never going to hold any other belts. But wouldn't it be cool if they did? Because they're both freaking
Speaking of them,
Amazing.
Did you know apparently WWE
Amazing.
stopped them, forced them to stop making the cartoon?
Are you serious?
Yeah, from what I've heard, because
They wouldn't let them use it on their new YouTube show.
no, I think it was because they were so obvious that they were making fun of WWE.
Yeah,
that they didn't
and
want-
Zack Ryder wasn't.
He was making fun of it in general, and I think that it was a little more tongue in cheek. Tyler Rex and them were a little more spiteful, and let's just be honest, Zack Ryder shows 1,000 times more entertaining, and that helped.
Yeah, but
That certainly helped.
You're talking about later episodes. Start watching them from the beginning. I did, and like it took a while.
Well,
That show, you had to give it a chance, but you know,
at least they tried.
the judgmental guy that you
I can
are.
always give them that.
you know damn well if your good friend, what do they call the Funkasaurus Rex?
Speaking of him, where the heck's he been? He's
Dead, hopefully.
They haven't been using him. They've only been using him on dark shows.
Good, because he sucks.
No one knows.
You
No
know,
one- he said he's coming back.
You know,
on
if he
Twitter,
did-
I think. Whoop-de-doo. But you know,
Are they going
So-
to make a big talk about him debuting again for like another year, and then he'll come out as a
I
dumb
think
gimmick?
they might be dropping the gimmick.
Well,
I think that the Brodus Clay gimmick lady from
The only-
like they also said that he can't work, like he doesn't like squash matches make people look good because that's
What's
what
going on?
Goldberg made his career on, but you know they can only carry a guy so much, and also you got to care for him story wise.
Well,
That doesn't help.
I heard when he comes back, he's going to have a new gimmick. He's going to paint his face,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to be like a voodoo guy. Because that's the only gimmick he hasn't ripped off of.
Charles Wright,
Because
the Godfather, but
he's already been, kick any man's ass.
no, yeah, it's true. He has been that. So the SmackDown.
Did you know that? That's
Yeah,
what it stood
yeah.
for?
Vince McMahon came up with it, I think.
Kick any man's
But
ass.
it's the cool name though, Kama. It sounds cool. I liked him.
No. Kama
Pre-Nation, when he was in the corporation, and before that, when he was by himself, Kama, before he was Kama Mustafa.
See, Papa Shango was my favorite. They should never stop that gimmick.
So, who do you think's going to win the SmackDown Elimination Chamber?
The SmackDown?
The SmackDown Elimination Chamber match.
Well, considering...
Sheamus.
I-
Sheamus will go for that title, I think.
Yeah, I think
So-
it probably will be Sheamus.
Well, he's not going to win that though.
No, I think
He's
he'll
not
win
in
it.
that. In it. He's not in the chamber though.
See, go show what I know. I don't know who's in the Elimination Chamber for SmackDown. Cody Rhodes on
Daniel
there.
Bryan, Big Show, Santino,
Oh, that's
Wade
right.
Barrett, I believe.
Ugh. Mrs. Garrett.
I think Bryan's going to escape this one somehow.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think
He
so.
always
It makes
does.
sense too. Yeah, it makes sense. Now the Raw one with CM Punk as the champion, Kofi, Jericho,
CM Punk,
Miz, Little Jimmy.
Big Jimmy.
Doesn't he have an unfair advantage? It's R-Truth and Little Jimmy together against all these other guys. He's got an advantage. He's got a teammate.
Only if it was Japan. If it was DDT,
He'd be
he
an
definitely
invisible
would.
wrestler. He did have one. I'm missing someone in the Raw one. I think I it's at 6. CM Punk,
Is Cena in it?
Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler. No,
Oh, that's right. Cena's in the ambulance
Cena's
match.
fighting Kane in the ambulance match.
That was good on Raw, even though it was predictable. I knew it was going to happen, but I was happy that it happened.
the Eve thing, the Eve
Yes,
kissing.
the Zack. Not that she kissed him, but the Zack Ryder saw it and is putting.
Oh, the final confrontation at the
Cena-
ring was pretty cool.
Yeah, that it's putting
But
Cena in that.
did you see the screw up? Someone put online and put subtitles when you weren't supposed. They cut to the camera too early on Kane and Eve. You weren't supposed to see
Oh,
Eve
yeah.
get in the ambulance,
Run to the back and
Yeah.
him like all of a sudden look at the camera and be like, okay.
and a script comes off the side.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes,
but I noticed.
didn't notice. What it is that you're supposed to see from when Eve was in the ambulance already, so it looked like King was slamming a door like he threw her in
Yeah.
there. She was walking in there, King comes up, and then you see a guy's arm. Like, something out of Monty Python's skit go. And then you see it's a script rolled up. And he's like kind of motioning to Kane, and then all of a sudden here comes the Cena stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
I did notice everything but the script on Monday when I watched it. I was like,
It's just you don't think about it because you're not your eyes are trained to focus at a certain spot, and all of a sudden this little thing comes in off the side. And you're, what the? Yeah,
well, it's like that.
it was weird.
Remember one of the early TNAs where the guys were fighting. They were going to go outside, and they didn't have the camera set up, so they put the cameras back on Tenay and West, and they were reading the scripts.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. That was a pay-per-view. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like when Jericho and was it Wrath? Wrath chased Jericho.
Oh,
to
and the guy opened the door.
No. The one where when Jericho was running after Wrath and he's outside and there was a marker, but they didn't tell Jericho.
Oh, they ran past. They thought they ran past it.
Past the marker, and the marker was moved down further, so they stopped and they started coming back, and that's all live. It's all on film.
There was the one too, because both of those he talks in the book, where he was supposed to be locked out. And
against Goldberg, he was supposed to be fighting Goldberg. That he's on his way to the ring.
And in the rehearsal, when he shut the door locked.
Yeah.
But whenever he went to do it live, the door came open.
Yeah, and he had to hurry up and close it.
And he had to shut it, and then like he went to another door, and he was like banging on the door, and a guy came and opened the door for him.
Oh my God. So,
live TV.
I say Punk's gonna win the chamber match. I don't think they would go with Jericho. I think if they want Jericho to have it, unless Jericho's to screw Punk out of the mat, win somehow during it, and then so that Jericho has the title, then it's Punk going against Jericho, maybe. Sometimes it's always better to see the face go after the heel than the heel to go after the face, especially leading into WrestleMania, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you got the opposite on SmackDown. You got Sheamus is a face. He's going to wrestle probably Daniel Bryan, who's the heel. So you got a face chasing heel. Then you can flip flop it on Raw. So then you can kind of have different
face chasing heel.
It's kind of what it would be. The face is chasing after the heel.
Sounds like an alien from Doctor Who. Face chasing heel.
But if Jericho wins it, I wouldn't be surprised. Punk's probably going to win the match. I think Ziggler has a chance. The other guys, Kofi, no.
So
R-Truth, no, not really. And then Miz, they hate him anymore, so no. Ziggler has a 5% chance. Jericho, Punk probably has an 85 to 90%, and then Jericho makes up a little bit, maybe a little more than that. Maybe 10% he gets a chance, or 15%.
Let's say it'd be about 60% Punk. Because remember, it's what are the odds? Like 1 in 6.
1 in 6. They keep pushing that though, but that makes it sound like the best in the world.
I say Punk's chances are like 5 in 6. And obviously, R-Truth is 1 in 6. Pretty much Jericho is the one. If anyone was going to beat Punk in that match, it's going to be Jericho.
If they're gonna have Jericho win, Jericho's gonna pin Punk, or he's gonna screw him away because they're gonna fight over the best in the world moniker. I mean that's what they're.
Well, it's best in the world versus king of the world. Exactly,
and Jericho keeps saying he's the best wrestler or entertainer or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. So. But I don't know. I think Punk's gonna win, but. Well, I guess this is going to be our final. This is our big segment for the week. Video game extravaganza.
Where you didn't talk about Chris Hero.
Oh my God! Thank you. So, Chris Hero's been officially signed to Florida Championship Wrestling by WWE. The reason why it took him so long was because he failed the test because of high testosterone levels. They thought it was steroids. It comes out to find out. He actually has naturally really high testosterone levels. So they had to get medical clearance. They went through doctors and all that. He has like really high testosterone.
It's kind of weird because
he's not a big guy.
No, remember he used to be chubby. Well, he is now, but he used to be chubby.
But he's never been jacked. You think
he is now?
Yeah, but he's not that. He's still not that big.
The last picture I saw of him, I didn't even recognize him. He's massive.
Well, I hope you recognize him as Cassius Ono. That's his name, people. They call him Cassius Ono. What the hell are they thinking? I remember I was reading someone was saying, who's going to buy a T-shirt that says something like Cassius Ono? I mean, are they thinking the Olympics? They got the wrong one, the London Olympics, but it's Apollo Ono. He's a skater on ice, not a,
Wait, didn't he break up the Beatles?
Yeah, it's just, they're going to make jokes like that, that. But Cassius Ono, it almost sounds like Chris Hero if you said it really quick and you're have a speech impediment.
You mean like in the game where you Hiroshi.
Yeah.
I have Hiroshi Tanahashi in the game. Like somebody created him, and in order to get the announcer to say the name anywhere similar, the announcer has to say Hero C.
Yeah. It's still creative, but wow.
Is that what is THQ come up with Chris Heuer's name?
I remember a long time ago, I think it was on the WrestlingFan.com, I saw a WB name generator, and you put in your name and you hit go, and it would just randomly generate like some stupid name like that. That's what they do. I literally think they just have like, here's a hat full of first names and here's a hat full of last names, and whatever two you pull out, that's it. At least come up with something creative. Like his tag team partner, Claudio Castagnoli, has Antonio Cesaro. That's a decent name. That's actually a decent name for a wrestler. I like that.
Well, that's
and I gotta admit, Castagnoli, for a big guy, it's kind of a weird last name to really remember and stuff.
That's because he got to pick first.
Maybe it's kind of true, but it makes sense.
I think it's one of those things where they come up with the names and gimmicks way before they have the guys for them. And it just so happens when a guy comes in that sort of fits the gimmick that they're looking for, they're like, here it is, and even if it's something stupid. But back to the game. Who the crap came up with the names for that game? There's no normal names. Like,
well, let's go first. This week's segment is called I don't know, video game extravaganza or something. You're the guy that makes better names than I do for that. But I don't know what we call it. Wrestling games. I don't know. It's stupid, but there's a lot of wrestling game news this week that's come out. But I'll let you go on now.
But like Jericho. I have like a downloaded Jericho. There's no Chris in the game. There's all the names are weird. Like a lot of them are Japanese names, like Matsuda.
I guess that kind of makes sense since the game was made by Yuke's, Japanese developer. But you think
who came up with these? No, dude.
American names.
God forbid you create an American wrestler in that game and try and give him a normal name. It ain't gonna happen. Well, I've seen people get really creative. Like I have an X-Pac. And they basically just used each one of the letters.
XPAC?
Yeah, so the announcer's like, he's like, now making his way to the ring, XPAC.
Ah, that doesn't sound that bad. Actually sounds like something he would say on the mic or something, doesn't
it? But it's better than some of the ones that's...
Well, there was a WrestleFest revival. A group of wrestlers, or a group of fans, were taking the WrestleFest old school arcade game and making it HD and gonna make it for free online. WWE sent them a cease and desist and immediately copyrighted the name again. Well, now we know why, because coming out soon for the iPad and iPhone, I believe the newest generation of the iPod Touch, is a new version of WrestleFest, which is gonna star both old wrestlers and new wrestlers. So the only screenshot they showed is Jake
So it's All-Stars.
Yeah, it's Jake the Snake so far, Macho Man Randy Savage with the bandana during the match, which is
odd. He did that in All-Stars.
Oh, did he really?
In All-Stars, he's got the bandana and the sunglasses.
You have, and the only other people they showed was Orton, Cena, and they might have showed one or two other ones, that's it. Rey. That's it, Rey Mysterio. I don't know if Punk's in the game, I don't know what other legends, I don't know if Ultimate Warrior... Hogan, the guys that were in like the All-Stars kind of games. Why don't they bring back the guys that were in WrestleFest? Boss Man, I believe Demolition were in it. Earthquake, that would be cool. The graphics
Owen Hart
look like they took the original one and smudged them with like a blur filter. I like the hardcore edgy pixelness of the original. I understand they can't use the same sprites because they got to rebuild the game, but still, I don't necessarily like it.
Don't look over there.
Yeah, I know, it's really bright.
Ouch.
But, no gameplay footage. It's going to be touchscreen in the left corner for your joystick, and then 2 buttons on your right. Pretty much
I like touching my joystick.
Pretty much the setup for WrestleFest. But, how can we call WrestleFest when we don't wrestle?
What just happened?
WWE's not a wrestling company.
Superstar Fest. Well, they still have WrestleMania.
That's true. Well, and then besides that, this is a little late, but from WWE12, some fans had to pay for the Masked Kane.
My roommate.
They're now refunding that because the first 2 weeks it was supposed to be free, and I think that's
just the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks.
Yeah, but no. What was funny is we had that package. I got mine
Right.
for free.
The
'Cause I
what's it
got
called?
mine later in
What's
the
that
day.
package called? The
All access.
All Access.
And they still charged him for it.
Right. Which, and I think the reason why they're giving it for free is because we were on your system earlier, and you still can't get online right. You can't view anything because it crashes beforehand. Half the time, it won't even let you get into a match or even see a created wrestling
I got to
list.
play one match online, and that was it. And then it wouldn't let me. It kept saying that the server was down. And the other thing that makes me mad, and they did this last year, you can have up to 50 creative wrestlers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you go on, and you're getting ready to go into a match online, you only get to select out of a certain couple guys. You can't pick any one of your creative characters
Really?
you want. There's only certain ones. Yeah, because I wanted to use Tanahashi online, and instead I had to use Kenny Omega because only 4 guys popped up, and I'm like, this sucks.
Well, this may tie into the fact that THQ
Is
done. They.
done.
I'm gonna say within the next year they're pretty much gonna be out of business. They're gonna be Acclaim. So what is the WBF? What is the WBF
That's your
taking
prediction?
game companies and closing them? Acclaim. Remember when they made the Attitude and Warzone games? That company folded not too long after that. They made the ECW games, and then they went out of business. They're back now making Korean MMOs, I believe, porting them. But
We weren't supposed to talk about that.
But you have WWE Brawl, which was this really terrible looking.
It was a
fighting game.
dress-up game.
It was a fighting game. No, it was a fighting game where the characters were the wrestlers, but they look like the characters from the Muscle Toys. Like if you were to take the wrestlers and make them Muscle Toys, and they fought like a normal fighting game. Apparently that game is canceled, most likely. It's not showing up on any of THQ's new reports. THQ closed their Japanese office. That means that when they make their own games, they're not going to sell them to Japan. They'll have to go through another company like Capcom or someone else, which is weird. Also, information just came out in 2004. They were going to make, I think they were pretty much going to make what became WWE Brawl now, and no one else canceled. They were going to make that back in 2004 on the PS2 and the Xbox. I can't remember, the name escapes me, but there's prototype artwork. And one is Kurt Angle, and he's got like an American flag face paint. And then he's all like, dude, when people make the jokes about him on steroids, this picture is it. Like, he is pure raging out in this. And they had a weird picture of Ray. He's all like, and I swear they have a picture of MVP, and it's as racist as all crap. I swear it's MVP because he's all thugged out, and he's got like thug in like. And it's not John Cena because the guy is actually black, and it says like thug across.
Wait, John Cena's not actually black?
I didn't know that till recently.
We just broke the news here.
John Cena
John Cena
is not black.
Don't watch this. Spoiler alert, John Cena. Don't watch.
But that game looked odd. There's no footage or anything because it didn't get that far into development. But I was like, what? THQ? They just throw money out the window. I mean, they can't even keep the servers on their UFC game, and that game's only like, I think, not even a month old.
Yeah, it just
So
came
between
out.
WWE and UFC, those games are not even like half a year old, and you can't get online and play anything. It's a shame.
It's a shame, a shame.
I think WWE needs to go to another company. I think it's going to happen. I think there's actually a chance that we will never see WWE 13. And if we do, it won't be 13, it'll be 14, and it might be with another company.
I just want to see EA.
I think EA would probably be the best way to go. Activision doesn't have the greatest track record for making sports games, and you're either an A-list title for Activision, you are Call of Duty, those games, or you're kind of a lower budget. Like I like X-Men Destiny. The newest Spider-Man game wasn't that great. But those games, the budgets aren't as big as your Modern Warfare games. But EA treats all their properties with respect. You know, even their downloadable titles, they have some decent downloadable titles.
Even the sports that people don't watch, they still treat them with respect game-wise.
Yeah.
No, there was one of the Mortal Kombat games. Activision, like, I forget if they backed it.
Well,
Like,
Activision was
help
always
put it
Midway.
through.
Mortal Kombat was always through Midway.
Yeah, but no, they did.
Acclaim, I believe, produced some of the port versions for the home systems here.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Acclaim used to do some of the port versions. Acclaim also used to do the port versions of NBA Jam.
The only thing
Back
I
on
knew
the Genesis,
Activision made was
Super
I had a
Jam.
controller. There was a wireless controller for the original Nintendo. That was Activision. That's the only thing I ever knew they made.
Oh, Activision's been around since the Atari. They made Atari games.
We're not old enough to remember that.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Tony Hawk's Pro
For the
Skater.
Atari?
Oh, that'd be wicked.
That'd be hard as crap to play.
Yeah,
You'd have to use the
would be.
wheel thing.
Oh my God. ColecoVision with the dials. There's a lot of weird wrestling game news. For more information, there's some sites that are bigger dorks than us in wrestling
For more
games.
information, go on the website, check out the booklets.
I suggest checking out. It's a small developer, Canadian. I interviewed the man that runs the company named Dave Wishnowski.
That doesn't sound like a Canadian name, eh?
They're making a small game in Canada that's supposed to come out. It's coming out soon.
It's coming out for the smallest system in the world because it's a small game.
www.prowrestlingx.com. They're making Pro Wrestling X Uprising. It's kind of a small little title you're going to get on your computer, and it's going to be able to do like you're going to do like mods to like edit the arenas and stuff. It's based off of No Mercy, the gameplay, a lot like No Mercy, but it's like Fire Pro in that in Fire Pro you don't have a finisher button. You set any of your moves in your moveset to be a finisher. And so you can do them at any time, because the reason why they like that is because they think like the No Mercy games even, which is one of my favorites. So the virtual pro wrestling games, hold your thought 1 second, because what it is that they believe you just sit there and you wait and build up your finisher, hit your finisher, match is over, and it's not realistic because you're not trying to build up. Like you could just sit there and hold the taunt and just remember the old No Mercy games. Throw the guy on the outside, hold the taunt button and just sit there and taunt over and over and over again until your finisher got up. Hit your finisher, match is over. I used to win matches all the time against the PC like that all the time.
I used to go out of the ring and jump up on the announce table and just keep taunting until I got a finisher and then I'd run back in the ring and guy with it.
And that's why that you don't. That way, the finisher, if it's a normal move, you hit it anytime.
If THQ is going out of business, please, please, oh God, please, if you're going to make one last game, Wrestle Kingdom. We want Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom game would be cool.
You're going out of business anyway. Who cares if we're the only ones that buy it?
Just us two. I don't care.
Just make 2 copies.
Just handmade, magic marker.
Oh, Wrestle Kingdom, the most beautiful looking game ever.
But check out WrestlingRingPost.com for more information. We'll always update more on there. So take care, guys. See ya.
Check it. You gotta check it.